I have been waiting for this day for such a long time. Roblox's greediest and most hated developer, Preston, aka Big Games, the person behind the massively popular Pet Simulator series, has finally quit Roblox development. Or has he? Before we dive deeper, make sure to subscribe with notifications on to help me reach 100,000 subscribers and join the Discord as well while you're at it. Preston has left Big Games. So yeah, this announcement came as a shock. The RTC would also provide some extra context to his retirement, stating, further context, while it is true the groups are still owned by Preston, his Roblox account and Twitter bio have stated he's no longer working at Big Games and that he'll be pursuing other things. And yeah, after checking his Roblox account, this is what it says. I founded Big Games, now I make other things. It's very ominous. But can I just say, this has been so long awaited. Preston initially started as a pretty lovable developer, but after his pattern of greediness and shady practices, it was only a matter of time before Preston had to leave. Now, if you don't know why everybody hates Big Games, let me go through some of the things that Big Games has done to give him that reputation. For example, roughly 2 years ago, Big Games would get into very big drama over on Reddit and Twitter for allegedly sending false DMCA takedowns to smaller games. Big Games is currently facing backlash due to sending DMCA claims to smaller games for apparently just having box pets. Multiple staff of Big Games have responded to this. But it wasn't just the false DMCA takedowns that were an issue. It was also how Preston himself, as well as his staff team, reacted to the whole situation, with a staff member stating, "If you expect to directly copy something and not expect consequences, good luck in life. I really don't understand how everybody is flaming Big Games for taking down direct copies. They aren't creative enough to brainstorm their own unique ideas and instead to make a quick buck copying something that works. Be realistic, guys." And yeah, they just say the RTC has fell off and whatever cope. I just want to say, Big Games aren't the first people to be unique when it comes to developing games, you know? Because nowadays, they just follow whatever's trending, bro. Which is most likely something to do with Big Games Preston's retirement. Anyway, Preston himself would even respond to this drama, stating this: "No, they are stealing our designs, in some cases over 50 plus of them. Most of these games are outright selling several for money. They aren't doing it for fun, it's purely profit driven, made to compete against us and nothing in between." Which would be pretty good, it would be a pretty good response if he didn't directly copy other games. But you know, we'll just move past that. Hypocrisy and false DMCAs doesn't get more classic than that, right? One dedicated Roblox fan read, "You guys can grow anything but a good game." Or another that would state, "All this money, yet you guys can't spend it on an original concept and take a risk." And honestly, that's true. Anybody in business will know that you need to take risks to succeed. Playing safe will only hurt your business in the long run. For example, if Big Games did take a risk and made something original, that would probably end up being 100 times more profitable than just selling out to the audience. But that means sacrificing the short stints of money they might get. He was also in massive drama over the fact that his games were basically just a gambling simulator, and he would go about shady practices to get the kids who play the games to go and get their mum to spend even more money. Just a constant loop of dopamine. And I remember he was one of the main people that was accused of this Roblox gambling problem. And maybe this is another reason why he might be quitting. Maybe that stuff got way too serious and he had to move on for legal reasons. But let me know what you guys think is actually happening. But now you know why people hate Preston so much and why people are literally celebrating his retirement. My predictions as for what Preston is doing is he probably just sold Big Games for a big amount of money. And if I was to make any guesses on who bought it, I would have to say Do Big Studios. We've seen them slowly monopolize Roblox games and they are officially starting to buy other game studios as well. Maybe I'm going a bit far, but it's honestly a pretty good prediction. Creekcraft would also react to the situation over on Twitter, stating this: "Did Big Games just get sold?" Shock emoji. And honestly, like I said, it's a pretty fair prediction, and if my prediction is right, the buyers are Do Big Studios, who have ruined many games in the past, but also have a roster of some of Roblox's biggest games. Twitter also had a field day when they heard about Preston quitting. One person says, "Good, maybe they can stop making Pet Simulator games and start making games that people actually enjoy." And yeah, this could be a good thing, but it could easily be a bad thing as well. We will just have to see what Big Games do moving forward. Another person says, "Bro built this company brick by brick and he's just gonna let it go like that. Yeah, bro, I don't think he's just gonna let it go like that. He definitely got paid a very big bag, and when I say a big bag, I'm talking hundreds of millions of dollars, maybe even billions depending on who bought it. Another person stated, I wonder what he'll move on to considering he has an experience with creating games that focus on dopamine as its main selling point. Perhaps mobile games? Nevertheless, he is just another Justin Bieber, a rich kid with a lot of money that I do not really care about. Period. And yeah, I have a few predictions for this. A, he could just be super rich from Pet Simulator and selling big games and chose to have an early retirement. However, I find this highly unlikely due to the fact that he will get insanely bored. B, he goes into Roblox development again under a completely different name or studio and will probably succeed much further than big games. C, he goes on to develop other games. Or D, maybe he even got employed by Do Big Studios. Who knows? Or I could be totally wrong and the guy got hired by like Epic Games or Roblox to work on the platform. But who knows? But what I do know is that he likes money. So whether he sold it for a lot of money or found an opportunity to make even more money than he already was, that is probably the most likely outcome to all of this. Sharkblocks actually had a very good prediction for big games.
Or it possibly means he is selling his entire company. Now there is quite a lot of rumors going around about this right now because apparently Preston wasn't too happy with like how well his games are doing, and I'm gonna be honest, they are still doing well. If you go to Big Games Pets and then you scroll down and you just check out all of the Pet Simulator games, the most popular one has 30,000 online, which is still, you know, absolutely insane. But in Preston's view, I guess because he's just so used to having so many games with hundreds of thousands of players online, he probably feels like he's fallen off a bit, and maybe this came as a bit of a shock to him, so I guess he decided to sell his company.
And yeah, especially after seeing the success of games like Grow a Garden or Steal a Brainrot that are racking in millions of concurrent players every single day, that it makes him feel like he has fell off, and could even be the reason that he is selling, so that once people realize big games isn't actually worth as much as it is, he wouldn't be able to sell it for much. He probably just played it safe and got the bag like I've been saying. But what I am really curious about is who the new CEO is. Like I said, I conspiracized that it might be Do Big Studios. It very well could be because of the amount of money they produce at the moment and just the grip they have on the Roblox community. But who knows? It could be EA Games for all we know. I mean, that would be pretty funny if the one person that bought out big games was EA Games, because they're on like the same level of greediness. There was also the owner of Blox Fruits on Twitter trolling everybody by saying he was the new CEO of big games, and people actually believed him. But yeah, he's not, and just trolled the entire Roblox audience. But what do I think of him leaving? Well, this could be for the better. If he is just leaving big games and didn't sell it over to someone else, but from Preston's greedy history, I think it's a safe bet to say that he sold the studio. And this could be a good thing for the Pet Simulator games and anything that Big Games develops. But like I said, it's most likely that Do Big Studios were the ones who picked up the studio. But we will just have to see for now. But let me know in the comments what you think about Preston, aka Big Games, quitting big games, and if you think it's a good thing or if you're against the decision. But as always, if you're new to the channel and you enjoy content like this, please make sure to subscribe with notifications on. Tell me reach 100,000 subscribers, join the Discord for daily updates, and if you want to watch something similar to this, click the video on screen now.